If you want that stock look with a sound that is anything but, AWE's Zero FG system will be for you. Featuring seamless integration, high quality materials, and an absolutely raucous exhaust note, this system gives you a little bit of everything with some additional performance to boot. We're going to give this a very strong 4 out of 5 on our loudness meter. As you heard from the clips at the start of the video, it earns every bit of that and then some. This is a great sounding system, and if you notice the name, Zero FG, I think that gives a pretty good summary of what this exhaust is all about. One quick note on fitment here before we dive in. This system is designed to fit 2019 and newer 5.3 liter powered Silverado and Sierra 1500s that are equipped with the factory dual exhaust. Now, making a small block Chevy sound good is sometimes as simple as just running a set of dumps right out of the headers. But if you want that great sound and the volume in a package that is still something you can live with, AWE has you covered here with the Zero FG. As you already heard, this really wakes up the 5.3 Vortec. It's boisterous, it's full of character, and it's a whole different world than your stock exhaust. You've got that deep, burbly, lumpy idle, and since this system only includes this resonator and not a muffler, you hear it all. I almost feel like you can hear each individual cylinder firing when it's sitting at idle. It's a really cool sound and something you don't find in other exhausts. There's a ton of character to it, and the volume is actually just right. It is loud, yes, but it's not going to grate on you. Even inside the cabin, it's more than tolerable. Yes, you're going to hear more inside the cabin than you would with your stock system, but as you heard from those clips, it's still perfectly acceptable for daily use, provided you like a loud exhaust. That tone is pleasant too, and thanks to AWE's 180 technology, you don't get any drone. Inside of the resonator, there are specifically designed ports that allow exhaust gas pulses to move through and realign 180 degrees out of phase with other frequencies, so that's going to cancel out drone and give you the sound that you're after. It's a clever trick that addresses the exact cause of drone, and it leaves you with a great sound and a slick piece of engineering. And it doesn't come at the detriment of sound or volume. Now, you might have also noticed that this system does not include any tips, and that's because the ends of the piping mimic your factory setup, and they're designed to utilize the factory valence tips. So you get to keep that factory stock look, meaning that you save a little bit of money on your initial purchase as well, and it makes things a bit less obvious until you start the truck up, that is. Construction is also a highlight, as it is with all of AWE's systems. You get 3-inch, 0.65-inch thick T304L stainless steel tubing. The piping is all mandrel bent for optimal flow, and this is a full bolt-on system, and it's going to save some weight over your stock exhaust too, which is just another added bonus. Plus, as with all of AWE's exhausts, this is designed, engineered, and manufactured right here in the USA. Pricing comes in at about $1,500, which does put this toward the top end of the spectrum. This is a premium option given that construction and the engineering that are baked in. Yes, you're paying a lot, but you're getting a lot here as well. And if you want a really solid exhaust that's going to last you a long time and sound good without burning up your eardrums, you gotta be willing to shell out the cash for it. Installation gets a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now, this won't require any modification to your truck or to the system itself. It is a bolt-on system that comes with everything you need to get it installed. That said, we're going to walk you through the install process step by step, so for that, let's head out to the shop.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a ratchet, an exhaust hanger remover tool, and 13, 15, and 16 millimeter sockets. What's up, guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our Sierra. First, we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory exhaust, and then we'll meet you right back here for the install.
All right, guys, so we've got our truck in the air, and the first thing we're going to do is start at the tail section, and we're going to go ahead and unbolt this crossover pipe. So that's got a 2-bolt flange connecting it, so it's a 13 millimeter swivel socket and extension on our impact. We're going to fish that up in there, unbolt those 2 nuts, and then we can go ahead and remove the rear hanger and get this driver's side crossover tube out, and then we can move on to the rest of our system. So now we're going to come back to our tail section, and what we're going to do is remove this entire isolator. Instead of trying to get this out of the isolator, it's much easier to just go ahead and take this 15 millimeter bolt out and remove this whole assembly as one piece, and then we can take it off once it's on the ground. So we'll grab our 15 mil socket on our impact and go ahead and run that bolt out. Now we will need to support our tailpipe here while we go ahead and unbolt that. Now that we have that unbolted, we'll go ahead and unhook this from its locator. twist that down. So now we've got our driver's side tailpipe in hand, and what we're going to do is push it towards the driver's side wheel here, so to get it off of the two mounting studs on that flange, and then we're going to go ahead and drop it down and pull it back and go ahead and get it out. So like so. So now we can go ahead and start removing the main section of our catback. So what we're going to do is start at the ball flare clamp here at the end of our Y pipe. We're going to go ahead and loosen that up. We're going to go ahead and remove the hangers as well, moving all the way back to the tailpipe, and then go ahead and remove the other rear hanger isolator just as we showed you on the driver's side with another 15 mil bolt. We're going to go ahead and throw a pole jack under the muffler to help support the system while we do this. So now we can go ahead and grab our 13 mil socket on our impact, loosen up this clamp, get it out of the way. This off here. And you just want to push this back far enough to where it doesn't interfere with your connection. So next we're going to go ahead and remove this hanger from the isolator. So we've got our hanger removal tool. We'll go ahead and pop that out. So now we've come to the rear of our system, and just like the other side, we're going to go ahead and pop this rear hanger isolator off, and then go ahead and remove the two mid hangers at the muffler, and then go ahead and remove our system. So we've got our 15 mil socket on our ratchet. We'll go ahead and pop this off, work our way up to the middle two hangers, and then go ahead and pop those off. Got that out. Go ahead and remove that from its locator so it's out of the way. We can even take that all the way off right now. So now we've got our hanger removal tool. We'll go ahead and get these two muffler hangers off. And we've also got an extra set of hands. This is going to be very helpful to get this system off, as it needs to kind of finagle around the differential and the cross member up front. Now you want to make sure you are supporting your system as you remove this last hanger. We'll go ahead and lower our pole jack. Get that out of the way. Then we'll have to slide our system to the side. Let's get it down. So now we're going to have to bring our system back a hair. You want to make sure you don't catch it on any lines or anything like that. So once you get your mid-pipe flange across your cross member, you can start to go back forward. Drop the front of your system down. And go ahead and feed your system out. So now that we have everything off, we'll go ahead and pull this last rear hanger isolator off from our driver's side one that we set aside earlier. We'll just go ahead and pop that right off and go ahead and set it aside.
So now with our factory exhaust removed, we're going to install our front pipe. I'm going to be reusing our factory clamp here. So get your front pipe over the cross member, up onto that flange, and then slide it into your rubber isolator. And then I'm going to slip this clamp over the flange, and I'm going to use my 13mm socket. I'm just going to snug it up enough to hold, and that way I can rotate it up so it gets off the cross member here. We'll straighten it out and then tighten it completely down. So now I'm going to rotate that up straight and tighten it the rest of the way down. Next we'll install our muffler pipe. Now our pipe here is offset. You want the longer side of the muffler towards the frame. So grab one of your clamps, slide that over the end of the pipe, slide your pipe on. Now I threw a pole jack on the other side of this muffler just to hold it up and support the weight so it's not on our flex pipe back there until we can get the backside of our exhaust into some hangers. Now slide your clamp into place and take a 16mm socket to tighten down that nut. Next we can install our over axle pipe. So grab another clamp, slide that on. Get this isolator out of the way for now. Slide your pipe on to your muffler outlet, and then you can connect it to your hangers. Get the one closest to the frame first because it's a longer hanger, and then you can get the one in the middle. And then come back to your clamp and grab your 16mm socket and tighten it down. Next we can get that second half of our over axle pipe. So slide your clamp on there, and then you're gonna have to kind of do a maneuver here. Get the driver's side over there first, over the axle, and then connect your pipe. And now I'm just gonna let this one hang out for now so we can make any adjustments we need to our tailpipe, and then we'll come back and tighten that one last. Next we can reinstall those isolators that we removed when we removed our stock exhaust. Now we're on the passenger side here. You're gonna get that locating tab into that hole and then thread your bolt through this hole into the U-clip. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. On the other side, it's on the other side of this leaf spring mount. And then while you tighten, just make sure that locating tab stays in the hole. And repeat on the other side. Next we can install our passenger side tailpipe. So take a clamp, slide that on. Now we're gonna have to slide our rod into this isolator while also getting the tip into this tip cutout. So this would be a good time to lube up your rod here. Slide that in first, and then you're gonna have to maneuver it back and forth to connect it to your over axle pipe. And then I'm gonna leave this one loose for now as well until we get the other side in, and then we can tighten all three of those clamps that we're leaving loose. Now we'll get our driver's side tailpipe installed. So throw another clamp on there. I lubed up my rod on this side too. So slide that in, and then connect it to your over axle pipe. And then once you have your tailpipe straightened out on both sides, we'll go back to our Y pipe and tighten up that clamp first, and then we'll tighten the clamps on our tailpipes. So now grab the clamp at your Y pipe and take your 16mm socket to tighten it down. And now you can go back and tighten down those last two clamps for your tailpipes. Once again, 16mm socket for these. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the AWE Zero FG dual exhaust system rear exit for your 2019 and newer 5.3 liter Silverado and Sierra 1500 with factory dual exhaust. Thank you for watching, and for all things Sierra, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.